Healthy, good oils stir me up. I can't see, so you
No,
have
me
to
neither. Stir me up.
100% pure state, pure state spread. Boasts almost half the salt of regular peanut butter. It's perfect in smoothies.
Okay, welcome to our kitchen this week.
Just
My
reading
name's
the label.
Tracy.
Hi, I'm Bryony.
And today we're cooking a peanut chicken, which is a fantastic recipe. So if you are watching live on Facebook, please give us a wave or click us like or whatever you want to do to let us know that you are there. If you've got any questions as we go along, please post them and the cameraman will relay your questions to us. We can answer them straight away for you. If you're watching on YouTube, you can certainly send us questions as well, but we may be answering those a little bit later on, but we will go and check. So, Bri, this week we have peanut chicken.
So, I think this is my type of meal. Yeah, that's right.
I better start with that.
That's right. My type of meal, we're using chicken breast. You could use any sort of cut that you like of the chicken.
Boneless?
But boneless chicken, yeah, not
like a whole chicken in there, Bri.
No, that may not be a quick
silly.
midweek meal. But so chicken breast cooks really quickly. So what we're going to do, I'm going to crank up the heat on this and put some peanut oil in because it's peanut chicken, and we're going to just season that chicken a little bit. Just a sprinkle of salt on there. So we've got 500 grams. I can smell the peanuts straight away in that.
It's good. That
We've got
Line
the
and Globe
exhaust on
peanut
as
oil
well.
is very good.
It is. So Line and Globe is a great peanut oil. Actually smells like peanuts. I know, sounds
and tastes
strange.
like peanuts. It does. It smells awesome.
Yeah, because I bought peanut oil before. That was, I thought, bargain. I've got this huge thing of peanut oil. Didn't smell like anything.
I don't know where they get their peanuts from.
Yes, non-smelling peanuts. And I had this huge tub of it. So, you know, it's good to have a great, sizzle. That's what we want, a great sizzle. Great peanut oil was what I was saying.
So this is an Asian-style dish, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got some Asian flavours in this. We've used sauces and bits and pieces that we thought that you may have at home already. So it does, when we were eating this, when we were testing this, it was just like, it was luscious. And it's so exciting because we're using coconut milk. So it's good fat there as well, which is all the more
That's right. And we're
gorgeous.
just serving it on noodles, just for something different. These are the pad thai noodles that we've got, and that
So they're
cooking
just
that
rice stick noodles, but
6 minutes.
you can serve it with any noodles, I guess.
That's right.
Can't you?
Have you got a timer for that?
I certainly can.
Would you mind getting a timer? I
Just
should
like
say?
magic. A green one is okay?
I guess so.
Okay.
So hot pan, chicken's in. See how I just left it? All right, now I'm actually going to, don't keep stirring it because you're not going to get your brown bottom on there.
A little bit of colour, don't we?
A little bit of colour, which is the idea of cooking the chicken off first, because as we always say, colour is flavour. We say that, don't we?
We do.
So I gave it a stir, and then any other ones.
Sometimes you don't need it, but in this one, I think to just colour the chicken a little bit.
Yeah, and then we'll take it out and finish it off. So I'm not actually trying to cook it through. I'm just sealing it and getting some brown bits, which is going to add to the flavour of the dish.
And seeing as I'm the helping person today, I've just peeled my ginger with a teaspoon. So we'll get rid of that off to the side. And I've got some spring onions ready to go in the pan once the chicken comes out. And I'm going to grate the ginger for Bryony.
Thank you, Tracy.
Always here to help. You know me.
You are. You're so helpful.
Yeah.
And
Are your noodles ready for a little zhuzh as well?
Yeah.
Sometimes they get a little bit stuck. I just use the same. Oh, different tongs. I'd use the same tongs.
Yeah, I know. Well,
I'm just trying to save washing up.
we'll have
That's
two
all.
pairs out.
That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Who's washing up? I don't know. We never know who's quite washing up after this. So we're both very.
We'll play rock, paper, scissors.
We play
All
rock,
right.
paper, scissors afterwards. There's someone phoning in with a live question.
Maybe.
Sorry,
They'll
you're going to
leave
have
a
to.
message.
You're going to have to wait, mate.
Okay, so that is
That looks lovely.
some colour. So I'm actually going to take it out because, as I said, I'm not into wanting it to cook through. Okay, so do they not know that we're live on Facebook?
I know, like,
Why
stop
aren't they
ringing.
sitting watching Facebook? So now we're going to get
Oh, there we are.
the
That worked.
ginger.
Well, the spring onions in first.
Spring onion, of course. That's right. Spring onions first. If you want to grate them in. Chicken's resting. Whoa, in the pan.
There was a little bit too much. Can I put my kaffir lime leaf in as well?
If you would like to.
Because whilst we're talking about a midweek quick sort of dinner, kaffir lime leaves make all the difference in this dish. So you can actually buy them from Asian supermarkets frozen. So it's a double leaf like this, and it just gives the most beautiful limey, fresh, light aroma to that. So when you're using them whole like this and fresh, done nothing to it except picked it off the tree, or you can get yours out of the bag, out of the freezer, just rip it like that, and that actually allows the aroma and the flavour to come out. So I'm just going to toss that gaily into the pan
and
over
ginger
there.
and lemongrass, please.
And then hand Bryony my grated ginger. And the other thing that we've also got from the Asian supermarket is lemongrass already chopped up. So
frozen
that makes
grated
it really
lemongrass. So the grated stuff
nice
is,
and
if you've ever
easy.
tried to put chop up lemongrass, you know it's quite, there's a woody part in the middle, and to get it so fine,
So there is a little tip.
challenge.
There is a little tip on the Cooks Collective, on how to get chop
I just
up
put a bit more oil in because I was supposed to put a bit more with the spring onions went in, and
I'm going to add the broccoli as well to the noodles.
That's right.
Because we've got about 2.5 minutes left, Bri. So
Okay,
I'm
so
just going
get
to
that broccoli happening.
Gosh, I have to work very fast on this.
That's right, and then you're going to have to quickly chop up the rest of the veg for me.
I know. But as per Asian, like now, as per Asian
I'll start my sauce.
Ingredients, here go the beans. Yeah. Panicking a bit here I am.
Come on,
Here
because
go
it's
the
stir fry.
beans.
So the idea, you may not be having your trusty friend with you in the kitchen who's chopping madly over there.
She's called me a trusty friend. Oh, at last.
Oh, she's going to want to hug me later.
I'm coming around behind you.
Oh my gosh.
Broccoli behind,
Broccoli
Bri.
behind.
I'm plunging that into
everything
this water.
with a stir fry. Have everything ready to go.
It's
okay?
running hot today.
That's it. So I'm going to pop some sugar, just a teaspoon of brown sugar. You could use coconut sugar.
Only because we're getting that hot, sweet, sour, salty thing.
That's right.
going.
We want 2 teaspoons, which is about that, of sriracha, and 2 tablespoons of soy. So this is our salt, and we're using the Healthy Boy soy. Doesn't actually mean it's healthy as such. It's just the
Don't
brand.
drink the whole bottle at once.
Just the brand
salty.
and the peanut butter. So I've done that. Okay.
We're going to go back and go over these because
Yeah.
that was very fast, wasn't it? We don't need the salt for that because we
just want to get the sauce happening. And did you see Tracy did the broccoli in the sieve over the boiling water for the noodles? So
just so you can take it out and just tumble it
That's
into
right.
the sauce. Now, when Bryony and I were making this, we were discussing about what we would. Can you just turn that down just a touch? We were discussing. It's got 23 seconds to go, and we
It's
just
very
need to
full now.
check that the. I know because I wanted it in the water. Living on the edge there, full pan.
yeah.
I wanted to. It's going to go bip 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 in a minute, but can you just check that those noodles are ready before you turn it off? That would be
Yes.
fab. While we were cooking this, Bri said, "Oh, I would put the broccoli in the sauce as well," and absolutely you can. There's not a problem there. But I just thought it's quite a quick little sort of, if you're cooking pasta and you want to cook some peas perhaps beforehand or something, you can do this sort of idea with this.
All right.
So,
Or do you want to check that? 'Cause I'm
yes,
just-
I can.
So I've
I'm
taken the
probably
lid
out
off
the shop
this.
now,
I've
but it
only
doesn't
put the
matter.
lid on to bring it to the boil. And I do want to let it bubble
Can
a
I
little
tumble
bit.
my broccoli in? Seeing
you
as I've
like.
tumbled my everything else in.
Yeah, so as we were just saying, so I
gonna
might
come
pop
back.
the chicken back in now too. I would cook the broccoli in the sauce and everything in the sauce, except for the noodles.
I just like a little bit of...
So, oop, that's bubbling. Broccoli's in. We've got all this beautiful juice from the chicken too, so that's going in. The chicken, it's not cooked through, remember, so we need to complete that cooking of the chicken, complete the cooking of the vegetables. That's looking, I think that's looking good. And as Tracy was saying, we're doing that hot, sweet, sour, salty. So the Salt, the hot. We've got some sugar in there.
Does everyone
and
know
the
what sriracha is, do you think?
I don't know, but you could use
Sriracha?
any sort of
Chili
sauce,
yeah.
sambal, that
Yeah,
sort of
sambal
thing.
oelek or a...
So it doesn't have to be sriracha. Srirachas are they use in Vietnam, and
and in...
you can get it in the supermarket now, Coles.
You can,
Woolworths,
and
not
I
that I'm
remember one of the first times that I ever saw it, it was actually on Sydney Street Melbourne Street in Sydney, or the other way around, I
Sydney
can't
Street,
remember.
Melbourne.
Yeah, where they have all the wonderful Middle Eastern stores. And on the table in the Middle Eastern store where they did all this amazing flatbread and this and that and the other was a jar of sriracha. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So it goes on everything, or with everything, I would say. It's become quite ubiquitous.
That's right.
I like that word.
And
Everywhere.
Yeah,
Gets
in my
everywhere.
household it's been used not just Asian, on top of spaghetti bolognese, a bacon sandwich.
Cheese and sriracha on toast.
Yeah.
Never tried it myself,
No,
but
she's just saying that.
I'm just saying that. I'm
Okay,
squeezing
so
my
that's
line.
bubbling. I'm wanting to reduce it a little bit. I'm just reducing the temperature.
So
though.
when you're talking about rice noodles, and you said pad thai rice noodles, you can actually find rice noodles that are for pad thai. So they're just a specific thickness, basically.
But it
So-
doesn't matter what size your noodles are.
No, it doesn't. But obviously
They all
they
taste the
like
same.
that for pad thai, don't they?
That's right.
Well, I don't know
Okay,
who they
so
are either. But anyway.
you've got your garnish ready there. You've rinsed the noodles.
I have rinsed the noodles because they can be a little bit, excuse me, stretching. They can be a little bit starchy because of being rice noodles. So I quite like to give those a little bit of a rinse and get rid of some of the starch, so that as they cool down just slightly, you don't want them really sort of sticking all together. And the final thing that I'm going to do for the top of this beautiful dish is cut up another couple of, that's like that, isn't it? Like that, kaffir lime leaf. So I'm going to pop them together with the veins, the central vein, one on top of the other. Give those a little bit of a roll up.
Keep that warm. I want to show them my chicken in a moment.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And just really, if you're good at knife skills, or you've been to our knife skills class, you've had a look at our knife skills and had a little practice on the Cooks Collective, doing this and practicing it at home, this is a very thin chiffonade.
You cut up to the stalk and
I
then
cut
turn
up to
it
the
around.
So I'm left with just that middle stalk, which is a little
Beautiful.
bit too.
So we're garnishing with.
And this is okay for that, but not perfect.
yeah,
but
so
what
if you
we
don't
do.
have the perfect knife skills, just do a cross chop for
What
those.
does she mean by that? Is there a hidden?
I was not implying
Are
anything.
you sure?
So I just want to show you checking your chicken. So just pull a piece up, let this sort of heat come off it so you don't burn yourself. But what I'm looking for, I'm sure I'm on above camera, is a little bounce, little bouncy breasts.
Not saying a word.
No, there's a surprise. We're going to see if you can see that, a little bit of a bounce in there. All right, and that is good.
Gosh, that
Lid
was a big
on.
sigh.
Well, that's the thing with
I know,
Asian
you've
cooking.
done so well. I'm just going to
is
rinse
like
my
having
noodles again.
everything ready to
Yeah,
go.
it's very
cook.
quick.
I mean, that's right, dinner, and that's such a good meal. That's got, 3 veggies in it. Spring onions as a veg. That's 4 veggies.
Make that a vegetable. I love
It is
it.
a
I love
vegetable.
it. You've
I
got
always
another
wonder
vegetable.
whether
here.
onion is, you count onion as a vegetable. So
Well, it's a
It's a vegetable.
probiotic, so it's good for your gut.
that's right. So
Making sure.
noodles, and shall I get a ladle?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think that would
Why
be
don't I
awesome.
pass that over to you?
Yeah. Right,
So
I'm
you
going to
can
pop this up here, except I've got my little dust on here, which is going to be
Ladle that on.
looking
The
beautiful.
sauces. Move the sauces.
And what we found, Bryony's done this perfectly. What we found is that if anyone is taking their time to come to the table, you know what it's like when you say dinner's ready. In my house, people come up to because I just serve it up on the main island bench and everyone sort of helps themselves. And then they go, dinner's not ready. If it's not absolutely ready, they say dinner's not ready, like that. And I said, well, why don't you get out a plate or a knife and fork and things like
Do
that?
something.
Yeah,
Gotta
do
check the
something to
sauce.
help. And that's what happens in my house. But don't tell any of my family that I've told you that. So Bryony usually puts in at the end a little bit of lime juice, because I haven't even tasted that.
No,
did
I
you
just
just
did.
taste that?
Yeah.
And you went, oh, something
the
missing.
lime. That's right.
Perfect, perfect. Because, oh my gosh, that is delicious.
But it needs a little bit of sour.
So a little bit of sour. If you too forget the lime, I'm sure you
just
won't.
Squeeze it on.
You can just squeeze it on over at the end. I pre-juiced it, being the helper that I am, but it was forgotten on that. But that will be totally delicious. Make sure you don't reduce the sauce down too much, because if people want to come to the table when it's all ready for them on their plate with their knife and fork and stuff spoilt, then the sauce will actually become, in the noodles, will become much thicker, and you don't really want that. You want it to be just sort of nicely
And
coating
I love
the noodles.
a saucy stir fry with noodles.
Absolutely.
Slurpy. That's what you're supposed to do, is slurp.
Absolutely. The more you slurp, the better it is, really. Yes. So the other thing you can do with this, of course, is serve it on rice or cauliflower rice, or leave out the broccoli, put some cauliflower in and serve it on broccoli rice.
You
See?
can put any vegetables
It's
in
just
there.
fab.
It's such a versatile dish.
Absolutely fab. Put
and
some crunchy peanuts on the top.
that's like, under 15 minutes, dinner's done.
Absolutely brilliant.
Nutritious.
So, yeah, please enjoy. So, we'll come back and answer your questions if you put any questions below. And thank you so much for watching. It's wonderful to know that you're all with us. And next week...
You knew you were just going to ask me that, and my brain's ticking. Is it next week the...
is it the pie?
The pie.
The pie. So next week...
Spinach and mushroom.
We're actually featuring Carême pastry, because they make in the Barossa Valley the most beautiful puff pastry. You can make your own if you want. Probably even do this with short crust pastry, but we're making a pie with some fresh greens and some lovely squeezy cheese and some mushrooms in there, garlic mushrooms in there, and it's absolutely fab. It's a really quick pie to make. You'll absolutely love it. It's actually really good cold, because I ate it cold the next day as well.
That
really, really
chicken's
good.
perfect, by the way.
Good.
Not,